Hello, gods and goddesses, and welcome to another episode of the Goddess Chronicles. I'm your host, Elevar.Maximus, and let me be the first to wish you a happy new year. Today's episode, we're going to discuss the empath-narcissist dynamic and how moving into 2023, we can break these terrible bonds, okay? Traumatic relationships. We don't need that anymore. So make sure you're liking, subscribing, following, and commenting to get more information. Okay, let's get in the episode. So you guys know, I'm not much by the book and traditional, let's say, but today I want to make some things very clear, so I am going to give some definitions before we get started so everybody knows what I'm talking about and we're on the same page, okay? So first off, what is a narcissist? A narcissist is a person who has excessive interest or admiration of themselves. Sound like anybody you know? I know a bunch of these people. It is a disorder in which a person has an inflated sense of themselves, self-importance. Narcissistic personality disorder is found commonly in men. Surprised? No. The cause is unknown, but likely involves a combination of genetic and environmental factors. Now, let me tell you, I've known almost all narcissists. That's all my life has been filled with is narcissists. And it's not just men, it's women too as well. I have a narcissistic mother. I have narcissistic family members. I have narcissistic siblings. I have narcissistic friends. And I've almost only dated narcissistic men. So let me tell you, I know a narcissist when I see one. Okay, on the flip side, what is an empath? An empath is a person with paranormal ability to apprehend the mental or emotional state of another individual. An empath is the capacity to understand or feel what another person is experiencing within their frame of reference. That is the capacity to place oneself in another's position in order to feel their feelings, let's just say, quote, quote. Okay, kids, let's get real. What is the definition of a narcissist empath dynamic? The narcissist is able to keep the empath in a cycle of emotional or physical abuse and continue to demoralize the empath and use them as a scapegoat for their own dysfunctional feelings. Now think about that. Have you ever been in a dynamic like this? Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to give you a little example. So I was in this relationship with this narcissist and they asked me to help them with something. And I did. And I did my very best to come up with a solution that was viable for them. They did not give me all of the information to make the solution a success. And then they looked at me as though it was my fault. And they yelled at me and told me, why can't you make this work? This is all your fault. When all reality, they did not give me all the information to make the solution correct. This is what I'm talking about. Unrealistic blaming somebody else for something that is really somebody else's fault, not taking emotional responsibility for their feelings, constantly deflecting, not taking, like I said, responsibility because they want to be right and it makes them feel good and it makes them feel powerful to put you in your place, to put you down, to make you not feel good about yourself. It fills their, as they say, supply, narcissistic empath supply. Let's talk about that as well. Okay, what is narcissistic supply? In psychoanalytic theory, narcissistic supply is a pathological or excessive need for attention or admiration from a codependent or codependents. such as in the form of orally overly fixated or fixation that does not take in account the feelings, opinions, or preferences of other people. Some methods that narcissists use to gain narcissistic supply. 1. They will position themselves as an expert. 2. Position themselves as a dominant party in the relationship, as in husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, father, important figure, president, work, boss, whatever, somebody that's towering over you. 3. Intentionally seeks careers where they can be regularly admired or feared. Did I say president? 4. Uses their charm to manipulate people into succumbing to unreasonable, one-sided demands or to surrender their boundaries. This is huge. This is actually exactly what I'm going through right now. Being that I've taken my power back from all my narcissists, they're so mad. They're like, how dare you love yourself? How dare you love yourself and not give me my narcissistic supply because I need you. I feed on that. These people don't love you. They love themselves and they love the feeling that you give them. And that's why they want to keep you around. Okay? Let's be honest. That's all that is. Self-admiration. Self-grandiosity. I'm the best. I know what's going on. I need to run you, okay? Because I know what's best for you. You don't know what's best for you. I know what's best for you. Now, you know that's a damn lie, okay? All right, moving on. Number 5. Brag about important people they know or boast about their status. Enough said. 6. Deliberately become difficult and confrontational. A narcissist is going to love to start a fight with you for no reason because that gives them a reason to go into the bag of shit that they've been thinking about you and bring it up. My favorite narcissist would love to bring up some shit from like 7 years ago because they didn't have any more dirt than something from 7 years ago. They do shit like that. Like, these people will never let you live down something that you did or something that you said. Like, I'm a pretty sweet person and I don't come after people or say harsh things too many times. Like, I just don't. It's not really my way. But if you do push me to that point, I will come for you and I will act accordingly, okay? And when I did act accordingly to this person, they would lose their mind. And every time they wanted to keep me in line, they would bring that up. They would be like, you know, that one time you said this about me, or that one time you did this. And that's how they remain in control, is because they keep running some narrative in your mind that you're a bad person and that you wronged them. And you will not even be talking about something from whatever that had to do with 7 years ago or yesterday or whatever scenario that they're trying to bring up to make you feel bad about yourself. It has nothing to do with that. That's just the way that they argue to win and to keep you stuck, making you feel bad, and it's a distraction. So stay woke, folks, okay? That's a pro tip right there. Okay, number 7, bask in the reflected glory of those whom they take advantage of and exploit. These people love to talk shit. Let's just be honest. They think that they are just amazing. I'm so good. I'm better than this person. I know. But here's the thing about it. They will never talk to you in your face about this. They will talk behind your back. They will talk to other people. But they won't talk to you about it. Because they want to keep you in the dark. Because they're being fakes, phonies, and liars. Okay? Just remember that. So, sources of narcissistic supply, okay? The narcissist's primary supply or the victim reaffirms the self, the false self, and the grandiose fantasies, allowing for an inflated self of sense-worth for the narcissist. Praise and attention seeking. The secondary narcissistic supply is in the appearance of a good life. They lie. Both the primary and secondary supplies are recycled commodities to be used at the narcissist's will. You will never know what's going on behind closed doors with that narcissist, because they're always like, everything is good. Everything is good. I'm good. I'm great. And then, they may have a narcissist that pretty much their slave. I can say this. I've been in the empath narcissist dynamic so many times, okay? For instance, this is a good one. When I was a child, and like I said, my mother was a narcissist, what happens in the house stays in the house. You can't tell anybody what's going on here, because what would happen? The mask would be off, okay? That's narcissist. That's narcissistic supply, okay? Okay, gods and goddesses, let's talk about, if you're still on the fence and you don't know if you're in this type of relationship, what are the signs and synchronicities? Let's talk about that. That's important. I got 15 here. I might run through them really fast. Some of them I will explain a little bit more in depth. Some of them we're just going to run through it, okay? And I'm only going to give this from my perspective, because I only have my perspective and what I've seen. And hopefully you can relate. Okay, number one, an empath will understand that they were being used. Absolutely. Like I said, I realized I was everybody's cheerleader and I was getting nothing out of it. And then when I went and I asked these people for something, they pretty much turned me away. Point blank, period. Number two, the narcissist will try to guilt them. You're being selfish. Don't you love me? I'm your parent. I'm your friend. I'm your mother. I'm your brother. Or hold something over your head. They might even try to blackmail you. I have heard of all kinds of things. Do not let them emotionally manipulate you. 3, an empath may think that they are a narcissist. It's just a form of manipulation. They just love to manipulate. If you want to know more about that, look it up. They will feel sorry for the narcissist. I went through this where it was like they treated me like shit. And I was like, because I'm such a strong empath, I was like, but you know what? Billy is so kind. I'm sure he didn't mean it. I'm sure Billy didn't, really mean to do that or make me. He doesn't understand how I feel. I'm sure if Billy understood how I felt, he would change. No. Billy understands exactly how you feel. Billy doesn't give a shit about you, okay? Billy does not give one shit about you and how you feel. Billy is worried about himself, okay? And Billy wants you to be worried about him too. Billy does not want you to be worried about yourself. 5, empaths have many doubts. This is just something you have to get over. Figure out your sense of self and who you are. And why are you dealing with these people? And like I said, a lot of this goes back to a certain episode I had before, which is labels. It's my mother. It's my brother. It's my husband. It's my best friend. It's my boss. Get out. Get out of these relationships. They're tearing you apart. They're killing you on the inside. A narcissist will try to get you back. Now that's that damn gaslighting, love bombing bullshit, okay? They don't love you. They love what you can do for them. 7, the empaths may rethink about leaving. That is so true. So in this journey of me leaving, cutting everybody else out, which again, still the best thing I've ever done for myself. No regrets at all. I I had people contact me and be like, why are you gone? Are you sure you're making the right decision? You're leaving your family, quote unquote. How dare you leave your family? I left my family because they treated me like shit. They didn't listen to me. They didn't love me. And when I asked them to be there for me, they told me to fuck off. Okay? Sorry for the language, but the truth's the truth. If you don't like it, you better go listen to another podcast or another episode of something, because I do swear and I'm not going to stop. This is just what I do. Okay? I speak with passion. Number 8, an empath may go back to the same relationship. Absolutely. Especially if it's with a family member. For instance, with my mother, I've been wanting to get away from her since I was 18 years old. Let me just say, I'm in my 30s and I just left. It sometimes takes a very long time to get the courage and the knowledge and the strength to leave. So do not think that you cannot do this or let, like I said, one of these labels hold you back. Because here's the thing about it. If they're hurting you, especially emotionally, physically, you know the other one, we ain't getting into that. But if they're hurting you, you have to leave for yourself. And like I said, such and such label, they will deal. But you need to make the choice for you to be strong enough to leave. And stay gone and don't give in. I went back, I don't know, 25, 30 times to my narcissist mother because I thought I could change her. I thought that the better I got at handling the narcissist, the better I could handle her. And if I could handle her, maybe I could fix her. And then maybe one day she would see the error of her ways and she would change. Let me tell you, this lady is 60 years old and she has not seen a damn thing nor the error of her ways, okay? And they don't change. You change, they don't change. Notice the dynamic. Are you changing and they're not changing? That might be your first step. That might be your first red flag, okay? The narcissist will threaten the empath. Absolutely. You ain't shit without me. You're never going to be anything without me. You need me. Sometimes they'll even sabotage you to try to get you back. Like, again, the financials. They love to use money as a form of control. And this is just one aspect of that, okay? You leave me, you're not going to have anything. I'm going to take your children. All that kind of stuff is examples, okay? The empath will worry about the narcissist. For me, a little bit. I was mostly done. Like, with all my narcissists, I just saw them for who they were. And I don't worry about them because here's the thing about them. They already picked up a new narcissist supply. That's the other thing. When you stop obeying them and letting them control you, they got to go find somebody else to fill their narcissistic supply. Because they cannot be without praise, sex, admiration, all those nasty little qualities that I talked about earlier. 11, a narcissist may eventually move on. Exactly. They have to get new narcissistic supply. And they always do. They can't live without their ego being fluffed. 12. An empath will be concerned on how they are perceived. Now, this is really important because people deflect these things on you. People in society love to deflect it. How dare you leave your family? What kind of person are you? You left your friend? You left your job? Oh my God. Do not let anybody control your life. Do not let anybody control your narrative. Okay? You do what you want to do. You are in control. You are strong. You made the right decision. If you finally decide to break that cord for good, Stick to your guns. Stay strong. You're right. Even if you have to take a time out by yourself to get to re-know yourself, please take it as a blessing and not as a curse. It's a gift. "13. Empaths may have problems adjusting to the changes." I hate to say this, but when you have been abused and brainwashed for so long and used to people treating you in such a way, it's quite foreign to not be treated that way. And unfortunately, this is just very true. But the more that you stand in your power and understand who you are and your emotions, and if you really face a situation and look at your narcissist or your narcissist, depending on who you are, what happened, you will understand the dynamic so much better and you'll be able to move on and be successful. Exactly. Number 14. The empath will move on. The empath will move on, build brand new, positive, happy, loving relationships. Because here's the thing about it. If you understand how you were treated and you don't want to be treated like that again, and you really don't want to be treated like that again, and you get the help that you need, maybe you need to go to a therapist, maybe you need to watch some YouTube videos, maybe you need to talk to a counselor, maybe you need to talk to a pastor, maybe you need to talk to a friend, maybe you need to talk to God. I don't know what you need to do, but you need to do something. You need to help yourself. How about that? And last but not least, the empath will have learned a lot. Let me say that again. Number 15. At the end of the road, the empath will have learned a lot. Now, y'all heard all this knowledge that I'm speaking. I'm disseminating this to you because I've learned all this information, and I do not want somebody to take advantage of you for one more minute, one more day, one more hour, one more second. You don't deserve it. And I just want you, again, this is always my message. Please love yourself. Love yourself enough to make yourself a priority to where you are not going to get abused. Or let somebody take advantage of your light. Let somebody take advantage of your kindness. Let somebody take advantage of your love. You deserve better. So going back to the beginning of the episode, what did I say? We were going to talk about the empath narcissist dynamic and then moving into 2023. So my goal personally for 2023 is to only have loving, equal, give and take relationships, romantic, platonic, friendship, community, whatever it is, we both sitting at 100. I'm not giving you 90% and you're giving me 10%. I'm not fluffing your ego. I'm not going to sit here and try to fix you because that's not my job. I am not your mother. Okay? So for relationships moving into 2023, I hope you will also take my vibe and my idea of what a healthy relationship would be is we only want healthy giving and take, and we want love, real love, trust, accountability, respect. No codependency. We are not doing codependency in 2023. Because guess what? we've healed. Okay, my gods and my goddesses, that is the big old message for today. I'm sorry the episode was a bit longer than what I usually do, but hey, I sent this to you with love for the new year. Please accept my gift. Remember, follow, subscribe, comment. I love you all. And again, Happy New Year.